Vaccine, Chair Heintzelman. We are still working on quorum, getting real close.
Okay.
We do have quorum for PSAP managers and working to ensure quorum. We have quorum for the oversight team.
Okay, shall we move forward?
We're just waiting to confirm quorum for the oversight team, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Stopping this from my side.
But make sure for recording. Mr. Chair, we do have quorum for oversight team now and PSAP managers, but if you could bear with us for just a moment, we need to start recording the meeting. Once that occurs, we can start the meeting. So thank you. There it is, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, well, good morning, everybody. This is a joint meeting between the MAG 911 oversight team and the PSAP managers group. And I want to call the MAG 911 oversight team. This meeting is now called to order.
All right, good morning, members of the MAG PSAP Managers Group. This meeting is now called to order.
This is a virtual meeting. Please remember to state your name when making comment or asking questions. We will now begin the joint meeting with a roll call of all members of the MAG 911 oversight team, followed by a roll call of the members of the MAG Public Safety Entering Point Managers Group. Ms. Graber, will you please conduct the roll call, please?
Thank you, Chair. This will be for the MAG 911 oversight team only roll call. Avondale PD Jonathan Martin.
Present.
Thank you. Buckeye PD Robert Sanders. Chandler PD Michelle Potts.
Present.
Thank you. Glendale PD Brent Axim.
Present.
Thanks. Goodyear PD Santiago Rodriguez. MCSO Jeff Prindeville.
Please, MCSO does not have a representative for oversight this morning, and we will be changing our representative, and we'll provide that information to MAG as soon as it's available.
Okay, thank you. Mesa Fire Forrest Smith.
Present, thank you.
Peoria PD Douglas Steele.
Present.
Phoenix Fire Scott Walker.
Present.
Phoenix PD Nicole Diedrich.
Present.
Scottsdale. Scottsdale PD Robert Okinski.
Liz, it's Karen. Robert. It's Karen Sutherland. I'll be acting as Bo. You'll be getting a letter from our chief placing me in that position, and Casey Crockey in my position. But for now, I'll proxy as him.
Surprise Cordy Worrell. Surprise Fire.
Present.
Thanks. And do we have a Tempe representative for 911 oversight?
Dale Webb for Tanya Logan, Tempe PD present.
So Dale, are you representing Tanya though, right?
Yes.
Okay, this is for the 911 oversight. She's on PSAP. Any member that I've missed on the 911 oversight? Chairman, it appears that we've had a full quorum for a 911 oversight team. Now I'll
Thank you.
begin with the PSAP roll call. Apache Junction, Jessica Kelly.
I'm present.
Arizona DPS, Jill Swanson. Jill Swanson, are you on there? DPS. ASU, Trish Price.
This is Trish.
Thanks, Trish. Avondale, Angela Destin.
Present.
Thank you. Jim Totora, Buckeye. Stephanie Heiselman, Chandler.
Present.
Stephanie Beebe, Fort McDowell. Kim Weber, Gilbert.
Present.
Loretta Hadlock, Glendale.
Present.
GMR, Kristen. Goodyear, Shauna Henry.
Present.
Luke Air Force Base, David Demers. MCSO, Jim Stillwell.
Present, good morning.
Mesa Fire, Nicole York.
Present. Good morning.
Mesa PD, Lindy Gupi.
Present. Good morning.
Good morning. Paradise Valley, Heather Beckwith. Peoria, Brittany Brunet.
Peoria PD present.
Phoenix Fire, Jim Frazier.
Present. Good morning.
Phoenix PD, Ally Edwards. Morning, Jim.
Present. Good morning.
Salt River PD, Kathy Jones Gooding.
Present. Good day.
Karen Sutherland, Scottsdale PD.
Casey Crockett, proxy for Karen Sutherland.
Surprise PD, Domala Fennessy. Tempe PD, Tanya Logan.
Del Webb, president for Tempe PD for Tanya.
Thank you, Dale. Amanda Howard Tollison. Aaron Hadley Wickenberg. Is there any member that I haven't called? Chairman Heinzelman, it appears we have a full quorum. We have a quorum on PSAP managers.
Thank you.
Well, that was quite an effort. Thank you, Liz. Our next item is item number 2, call to the audience. Meg provides the opportunity for the public to comment on items that fall under Meg's jurisdiction that is not on the agenda or on the agenda for discussion and not up for action. Members of the public are invited to submit written comments via Meg website. Any comments received 2 hours prior to the meeting have been shared with the committee members in advance of the meeting for consideration and will be included in a formal meeting minutes. Staff, have you received any online written comments for
Thank
the
you, Mr.
call?
Chairman. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have not received written comments for the call to the audience or any other item on the agenda.
Awesome. Okay. Number 3, approval of the September 20, 2023 MAG 911 oversight minutes. Does any member of the MAG oversight team have questions or comments on the minutes? MAG staff, have you received any online written comments for this?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any comments for this item.
Okay, if we haven't received any, I guess we can move on to the next thing.
Uh,
Is there a motion for approval of these minutes? Anybody?
Karen Sutherland, I motion to approve the minutes as written.
Thank you, Karen. Is there a second?
Michelle Chandler, I'll second.
Thanks, Michelle. Ms. Graber, will you please conduct a roll call, a vote of the members of the MAG 911 Oversight Team?
Thank you. Apache Junction,
Yay.
Avondale.
Mr. Chairman, Liz, this is for the Oversight Team.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, I got him. We'll try that again. Avondale, Jonathan Martin,
Yes.
Chandler PD, Michelle Potts,
Approve.
Glendale PD, Brent Axing,
Approve.
Mesa Fire, Forrest Smith,
Approve.
Peoria, Doug Still,
Approve.
Phoenix Fire,
Scott Walker, approve.
approve. I didn't catch that, Chief Walker. Was that approved?
Yes, I approve.
Okay. Phoenix PD, Nicole.
Approve.
Thank you. Scottsdale PD, Karen as a proxy.
Approved.
Surprise Fire, Cody Worrell.
Approve.
Okay. And we still don't have a Tempe representative. Okay. All right. So it looks like we have that the minutes were approved by the 911 Oversight Team. Chair Askin.
Thank you, Liz.
All right.
Here.
I'm sorry.
This is Stephanie. I was going to go on with the next item if we were ready.
Yep.
Okay, our next item is the approval of the October 23rd, 2023 MAG Public Safety Answering Point Managers Group meeting minutes. Does any member of the MAG PSAP Managers Group have any questions or comments on the minutes? MAG staff, have we received any online written comments for this item?
Madam Chair, we have not received any comments for this item.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the October 23rd, 2023 MAG PSAP Managers Group meeting minutes?
Lindy Gogoyu, I motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion from Lindy Gogogu. Do we have a second from anybody?
Loretta Glendale, PD.
Thank you, Loretta. Ms. Graber, would you please conduct a roll call vote for the members of the MAG PSAP Managers Group?
Thank you. Apache Junction, Jessica Kelly.
I don't.
Jessica.
I'm sorry, I was talking to somebody. Go ahead.
We're looking, we're doing the approval of the October 23rd minutes and
Approved.
approved. Thank you. Avondale PD, Angela Destin.
Approve.
Okay.
Buckeye PD, Jim Totora.
Okay.
Jim, was that you giving an approval? Chandler PD, Stephanie.
Approve.
Glendale PD, Loretta.
Approved.
Goodyear PD, Shauna.
Approved.
Hooker, sorry about that. MCSO, Jim.
Approve.
Jim Stillwell.
I approve.
Mesa PD, Lindy.
Approve.
Phoenix PD, Ally.
Approve.
Salt River PD, Kathy.
Approve.
Tempe PD, Adele.
Approve.
Thanks.
Madam Chair, Liz, I think we might have skipped a few people. Nicole York from Mesa Fire.
Okay, I apologize. You want me to go through those?
I can read them off, Liz.
Yeah, no, I have them.
Okay.
we'll go through and pick up the ones that are ex officio. So Arizona DPS, Jill?
Approve.
Trish Price issue.
Approved.
Gilbert PD Kim.
Approved.
Mesa Fire Nicole.
Approved.
Thank you. Peoria PD Brittany.
Approve.
Phoenix Fire Jim.
Approved.
Scottsdale Casey.
Approved.
And Wickenburg Hadley. Okay. It looks like we have everybody accounted for and that the minutes passed.
Okay, thank you. Our next item on the agenda is the approval of the January 25th, 2024 MAG PSAP Managers Group meeting minutes. Does any member of the MAG PSAP Managers Group have any questions or comments on the minutes? MAG staff, have we received any online written comments for this item?
Madam Chair, we have not received any comments for this item. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the January 25th, 2024 MAG PSAP Managers Group meeting minutes?
Loretta Hadlock, Glendale PD.
Thank you, Loretta. Do we have a second?
Dell with Tempe, second.
Thank you, Del. Ms. Graber, would you please conduct a roll call vote of the members of the MAG PSAP Managers Group?
Thank you. Apache Junction Jessica Kelly.
Approved.
DPS Jill.
Approve.
ASU Trish.
Approved.
Thank you. Avondale Angela.
Approve.
Stephanie Chandler.
Approve.
Kim with Gilbert.
Approved.
Jim with Buckeye.
Approved.
Oh, there we are. Glendale Loretta.
Approved.
Chris, she's not here. MCSO Jim.
Approved.
Mesa Fire Nicole.
Approved.
Mesa PD Lindy.
Approved.
Peoria Brittany.
Approved.
Phoenix Fire Jim.
Approved.
Phoenix PD Alley.
Approve.
Salt River Kathy.
Approve.
Scottsdale Casey.
Approve.
Tempe Dell.
Approved.
And is there any member that I missed? Chairman,
Goodyear PD approves.
I'm sorry, who was it?
Goodyear.
What agency? I'm sorry.
This is Shauna Henry with Goodyear.
Okay, I'm sorry, Shauna. There we are. Okay, it appears, Chairman Hyman, that we have passed the minutes for the PSAP managers meeting on January 25th.
Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to move to item number 6 was another approval of minutes. Our next item is approval of the January 25th, 2024 MAG 911 Oversight Team meeting minutes. Does any member of the MAG 911 Oversight Team have any questions or comments on these minutes? Okay. MAG staff, have you received any online written comments for this item?
Mr. Chairman, we have not received any comments for this item. Thank you.
Is there a motion to approve the January 25th, 2024 MAG 911 Oversight Team meeting minutes?
Scott Walker, I so move.
Thanks, Scott. Is there a second?
Karen Sutherland, second.
Awesome. Ms. Graber, will you please conduct a roll call of the vote
Yes.
for the members? Thank you.
Okay. Avondale, Jonathan.
Present.
Chandler, Michelle.
Approve.
Glendale, Brent.
Yep. Yes, approve.
MC, Mesa Fire, Forest.
Approve.
Peoria, Doug.
Approved.
Phoenix Fire, Scott Walker.
Approved.
Phoenix PD, Nicole.
Approve.
Scottsdale, Karen.
Approve.
Surprise Fire, Cody.
Approve.
Is there any member I missed on the vote? Chairman, I think it looks like we have, the minutes have passed.
Okay, thank you. Our next item is administrative report from Liz Graber, Maricopa County Regional 911 Administrator. Will you please provide a report on the activities and programs managed by Maricopa Region 911?
I just have two brief items on reporting for our SANS. Our year to date is 23 launches. And then our text to 911, this is for January, February, we're at a total of 1,126. And that's my report, Chairman.
Okay, thank you for that. Does any member of the committee have questions or comments?
Karen Sutherland, I do have a question. Liz, do you know on the text to 911 report, is that counting those that have moved over to managed services, or is it still just the ones that are within MAG?
So it's both reports represent those that are just in MAG.
Okay, thanks.
Anybody else? Okay, we'll move to item number 8. We'll now hear an update from, oh, please on the line here, Mr. Travis Jensen, Department of Administration 911 Administrator, with an update on the Maricopa Regional transition to state contract services.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Meg reached out to us, asked for an update on where we're at with the migration. If you can please go to the next slide. We put together an agenda of a couple topics that we wanted to discuss. We will give an update on where we're at with NextGen for the Maricopa County region, discuss the NextGen core service migration with Comtech and MR911, look and review the hosts we've set up for all the PSAPs within Maricopa County, discuss the request for grant application that was released yesterday to all the PSAP managers, and then kind of discuss what's next and then any open items that the group would like to talk about. Next slide, please. The next slide is our dashboard. This is on our website. It's the holistic overview of the entire state. Top right corner, you can see that we are currently right at about 78% of project completion, phases 1 through 7, covering about 51% of the population. Obviously, as we get through Maricopa County, that number will continue to increase. Percent of area of land that is served, almost 96% of the state is currently being covered by Next Generation 911 services. This presentation was sent to MAG on Tuesday, which was the pre-migration for AMR, GMR in Phoenix that was completed, and I'll show that on the next couple of slides. And then at the bottom, you can see the phase migration and where we're at for phases 5, 6, and 7 within Maricopa County. Next slide, please. As discussed in the month of March, last Tuesday, we were able to complete the AMR GMR migration. Prior to that, we cut over the Peoria Police Department and the Glendale Police Department. Up next will be the Goodyear Police Department with a scheduled migration date at this time of April 3rd. And then you can see a color coordinated breakdown of where each one of your PSAPs are in terms of the phase migration. Next slide, please. This is an overview of the landmass that's currently covered and complete within Maricopa County. As previously stated, in the top left corner, you can see we completed the Peoria and Glendale migrations. And then there's no additional information in terms of what phases you're in, but we'll continue to fill in the jurisdictional boundary information with the green color on the screen as we get more of your migrations complete. Next slide, please. Here's our burn down of the PSAP migrations for Maricopa County, currently 13% complete with the PSAP migrations. Once again, this was sent on Tuesday, but we did complete the 4th migration for March for the 11 PSAPs that are cutting over in what we are calling phase 5. Which we're hoping to have complete by July before moving into the 6th phase, and then hopefully having all of the PSAPs migrated in Maricopa County by the end of the year is the goal. The Next Gen Core Service migration with MR 911. So this was completed on March 12th. A lot of work, due diligence by Maricopa Region 911, the state, and our vendor Comtech. The impact to the PSAPs that are currently still on the MR 911 network. Hopefully we are able to see some improved destination routing, maybe have a little bit less misroutes from the vendors and the network providers within the region. We were able to provide redundant paths, so there's a little bit more resiliency within the two networks. Currently on in the older MR 911 system, there was 2 circuit connections. There's now 4. With disaster recovery of the additional 2 for a total of 6. So that's a drastic improvement as well. And then all PSAP managers within Maricopa County currently have access to their policy routing function. So that was discussed in the last joint meeting that we had, the capabilities of what that is and what that means and the impact for all of you. So if you're still within the MR91 and MAG consortium, if you would like to look at potentially updating policy routing, please reach out to Ms. Graber, Mr. Benjamin. I'm sure they would be willing to help you. And then for the other PSAPs that have already migrated, we'll continue to work with you on if you'd like to make any policy changes post-migration. Hopefully, was there a question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, to the chair. Sorry, Travis, to cut you off.
You're okay.
To the chairs, there is a hand up from Mr. Stillwell.
Thank you. Jim Stillwell. I just wanted to make a note, Travis. You mentioned there that the PSAP destination routing should be improved. My agency has actually noticed a degradation in routing service. I did notify Maricopa Region 911, I believe yesterday or the day before. We've been seeing approximately a dozen calls or more per day that are being misrouted to our agency since that 3/12 cutover date.
Okay, understood. Thank you for that information. I've got a call with Comtech this afternoon. I will go ahead and bring that to their attention and see if there's something that we can do to fix that impact. Okay, and then just continuing, that's fine. We can go to the next slide. So then the next, so the last point there is that the PSAP migrations in the future should be a little bit smoother, less impact, less need to reroute your calls during that migration window. So that's the last statement that I wanted to make. So thank you. You can go to the next slide. Okay, previously we discussed with the PRF the host assignments for the servers that we're going to use for each agency. In working with AT&T, we were able to get the hosts set up in a geographically logical way, West Valley, East Valley, and then we're doing something a little different for the city of Phoenix, Phoenix PD, and Phoenix Fire. So this is a breakdown of the East Valley with average 2-year call volume. This is for admin and 911. Typically, what the vendor likes to see is trying to limit the host volume to under 3 million calls. So you can see there that we are meeting that threshold. There are some other items taken under consideration, things like how many queues your PSAPs use, ACD, a couple things like that. But this was approved and this is already being implemented for the East Valley and what we're going to call our host 4. What this means for you in terms of your impact is you would be able to hot seat with any of the agencies that you see on this list, obviously if you are on this list. Greg is going to continue working with you if you've not migrated, or reach back out to you if you have, to make sure that we have some policy routing implications taken under consideration to potentially use a West Valley agency in case there was an issue that was identified on the host and there was the inability for you to use other resources within the East Valley. So that is the breakdown of what we're doing for host 4. And if you go to the next slide, it is the host 5 breakdown. This would
Travis,
obviously be... Yep,
Travis,
I'm sorry
to hold you up into the chairs. If we go back one, there is a hand up from Ms. Liz Graber.
Sorry, Liz, I didn't see your hand.
It's no problem. I just wanted to assure Mr. Stillwell, we've opened a ticket with Comtech reference those missed routes. So they're the ones that are looking into it, but we did open a ticket.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Pryor. For the host 5 assignments, obviously this is West Valley. You can see the agencies, how you'd be able to interoperate with them. Obviously, several of these agencies have also migrated over. So this is the go forward plan for who you would be able to hot seat with if there were ever to be some type of an issue that would be necessary for your PSAP, a gas leak, or some need to just evacuate your facility. So we can move on to the next slide. We released the RFGA for the FY25 grant yesterday. Here is the Gantt chart for expectations in terms of a timeline. If you do have any questions about that grant, some of you have already reached out to me. Please don't hesitate to reach out to either myself or Mike if you need assistance. Mike will be hosting another virtual webinar. He's currently working on a scheduled date that hopefully works for everyone. We will record it and put it on our website as well if you need any additional guidance in setting up an eService account if this is the first time you've done that and if your agency doesn't have an account with us as of yet. So right now we have the post. It is currently open in the portal until the end of April. Gerald will be sending out the service plans here, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. We will do our evaluation period in the month of May, providing feedback on the applications. And then the award should hopefully be sent out. The goal is for the end of May. I think we'll be able to do it sooner than that, but that's what we're putting down. And then we'll send you the agreements to get signatures and whatever else you would need from your internal agencies for that grant. And then the last slide, looking at what's next with the next steps, we are going to finish the phase 5 migrations. City of Goodyear, Surprise, Buckeye, Avondale, Tolleson, the Luke Air Force Base, and Apache Junction will hopefully all be completed by the end of June. We have finalized the SLA service level agreement contracts and are working with our procurement office to amend the contract so that the enhanced service level agreements are in place per the request from the study committee and MAG. And then we'll just continue with any PSAP education and engagement on what this group feels like they need from us and what they would like to know, have more information on, or be more educated on that we've dropped the ball on up to this point. So I believe that is the end of my presentation. If there's any questions regarding what was discussed or any general questions, I'd be more than happy to answer those at this time. Okay, great.
This is Karen. I'm sorry. I know
Yes, ma'am.
you almost got away.
No, it's okay.
It's Karen from Scottsdale. And I know that right now with all the migrations taking place, that's a big priority. But one of the things that Liz has done throughout these meetings is always give us the update on the text to 911 and the sends and that kind of thing. Is that something that could be collected for the Maricopa region after we get everybody in place so that we can see basically how we're using smart transcription, citizen input, texts, and the rave alerts?
Yeah, that's a really great question. Thank you for bringing that up, Karen. So we absolutely can start reporting on all of the metrics that you just stated. So we do receive a report on text to 911 through the integrated Vesta text solution for the PSAPs that have migrated. So we can start putting together some data that we can share with this group as well as the rest of the state. We also do have visibility into the notifications that are sent out through Rave. I know not everybody has made that migration yet. So hopefully we start to see an uptick in uses and blasts that are sent out. But we also have that data that we can share. We do get a weekly report on citizen input and smart transcription usage. So that should be pretty easy to put together. We have a lot of metrics that we track internally. So I think if there's additional data that the group would like to see to kind of just show what's happening within the region, if not the whole entire state, that's definitely something that we could do for you guys.
Great, thank you.
So Travis, on that question, will you identify which agencies have with that? What agencies? Because I know we're not implementing it as of yet. Each product, like the smart transcription and the citizen input. Not everybody is activating those right now, or the citizen input. So if you could identify that, that would be helpful for us as well.
Okay, so you want to know who's using the product. That way you can maybe get feedback or at least see data from the groups that are proactively using it. Is that the request?
Yes, that would be of great assistance to the rest of us as well.
Okay, I'm taking a note right now, and I'll make sure that we get that set up for you guys in the future.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Scott Walker, Phoenix Fire. Quick question.
Yes, sir.
Travis, on the grant application for PSAPs like ourselves here in Phoenix that haven't transitioned, under page, I think 6 or 7, under projects, it lists the things are needed, scope of work, project timeline. I just want to clarify, for those they're still migrating and working on it, is there an expectation that we would submit this for those migrations, or would this be future projects, or, PSAP's already migrated, wanted to add positions or add, something else, they would have to complete a project request?
Yes, correct.
Sure
so
we don't need to do that in our request, correct?
Correct. You don't need to do that. I'll add a specification there. So MR911 wouldn't need to do that for the migrations that'll need to be occurring. The cities as independent grant applicants would just need to put information down on when they're migrating, maybe include their quote and scope of work. Thankfully, we obviously have been very active and been participants in all of the migrations that have taken place. So we have all of that information at our disposal. So I don't think the ask is that the lift needs to be very large in terms of identifying what your migration is going to look like, because we're already educated on what your migration is going to look like.
Right. Yeah, that's what I assumed, but I just want to make sure. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Of course.
Anybody else have anything?
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Jensen. We'll proceed to item number 9. This is an opportunity for members of both committees to request topics or issues of interest they would like to have considered for discussion at future meetings. Are there any requests from the MAG 911 Oversight team?
This is Karen from Scottsdale. One of the topics that we're talking about a lot now are school safety and school alerts. Is that something that we could bring up and talk about what everybody's using?
Yes, I think that would be a great topic. Talking about interfacing with the different schools with the contact information like RAVE or stuff like that.
Right. Like, I know there's a handful of different technologies out there and they all perform a little bit differently, and it'd be nice to see what other people are using and if it's working well for them.
Okay, well, that sounds like a discussion for the PSAP group, I believe. So we'll work
Be a
that
good
out.
start there, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sounds good. I like it. Because I know in Glendale, we're looking at several options there. Okay, anything else for future items? Okay, proceed to item number 10. This is an opportunity for members of both committees to present a summary of current events. The committee is not allowed to propose, discuss, deliberate, or take action at the meeting on any matters in this summary unless a specific matter is noticed for legal action. Anybody have anything from the 911 oversight team?
Mr. Chairman, if I could, this is Nathan Pryor with MAG staff. Just two things. First, I'd like just to acknowledge, recognize Jesse Cooper on his retirement, longtime serving member of the 911 oversight team. We'll miss Jesse, his participation and involvement. He's been with the committee longer than I've been at MAG, so that goes back some time. So just thank Jesse and Phoenix PD for their ongoing involvement. And then my second item is the week of April 14th is Public Safety Telecommunicators Recognition Week. On April 15th, the MAG Regional Council Executive Committee is holding a meeting. At that meeting, there's going to be a recognition of our public safety telecommuters in our region, in particular with our chairs and vice chairs of the oversight team, the PSAP managers group, as well as staff from MR 911. Will be at that meeting to be recognized on your behalf of all the staff that reports to you. So just that recognition, we'll have some social media hits on that as well. And just an acknowledgement and thank you for all our public safety telecommunicators in our region. So thank you for that.
Okay, anything else from the oversight team?
This is Casey with Scottsdale. Just wanted to give a brief update on the remodel that our comm has been experiencing for a little less than a year right now. Next Tuesday, we are going to experience a changeover in our electric feed and power and everything that comes to our entire building, which includes the comm. Right now, we are not going to be bailing out of our communications. We're going to be on basic power supply that is expected to operate our critical technologies, our phones, our CAT, our radio. In the event we do have a complete power loss, of course, our phones are going to roll to Gilbert, and we're putting a plan in place to accept the information back. I just wanted to give everybody a heads up on that as far as the progress and what's ahead.
Awesome. I would, from the Glendale's perspective, I'd like to make a comment about our transition on March 6th. I thought the teams that were there moving us to the state system worked well together, and it was a successful transition. So thank you to everybody involved with that. Is there any other comments from the group? Okay, hearing none, this meeting is officially adjourned.